Dear brothers and sisters, you're welcome to World Gospel Broadcasting Network. I am Abanda Edwin. Thank you for always being there. Thank you for following up with information relative to the church in this country. It's very important. This is the gospel truth about activities of the church. The bad, the good, the ugly is very important because the truth must be revealed in its totality without fear or favor. So today I'll be talking about our Bible schools in Cameroon. Bible schools in Cameroon. And I'll be using the Bear Valley Bible Institute as the model. Dear brothers and sisters, Minister Elangwe Osowe of Wututu has finally break the camel's back when it comes to turning the ugly face of the church in this country. He has demonstrated selflessness. He has genuinely proven that leadership is not about self, but service to the people. He is not tribalistic, or he is not practicing favoritism in execution of his work. We see a man whom have sent away every sort of pride and is interacting with every type of people. The rich, the poor, the young, and the old. He has demonstrated to us that service to God is not lip service, but it is action. Minister Elangwe Osowe of Wututu, when he started in Wututu, so many insulted him, denigrated him, and looked upon him like somebody who has missed his way. He was never distracted by the detractors that have been engineered by the devil. Even his own fought him, but he resisted and was on the track. Through the Bear Valley Bible Institute of Wututu, we are proudly saying that Cameroon and the churches of Christ in this country are changing for good. With the numerous preachers, both young and old, that has been graduated from this institution, we now see a good number of preachers throughout the whole country having been graduated from this school. The school has now put in place a sustainable base, both theologically and financially, to sustain their preachers. We see that people teach in other Bible schools but decide to send their children in that school. Hypocrisy. Instead of fighting to put something better, you envy what is better somewhere, and then you are going to frustrate other people's children somewhere in the name of teaching them because you want to gain small money to put in your pocket. Before I continue, I say shame unto you. My dear brothers and sisters, Bear Valley Bible Institute of Wututu stood by what they said, and today they are one of the enviable schools when it comes to graduating quality preachers in this country. He himself, the director, has demonstrated this example by himself going out for field work and preaching the gospel of Jesus Christ, contrary to the pride that solemnly has swallowed so many of his own colleagues in this country. The school support the student while in school, and even out of school for 2 years, they adequately support the students out of school, ranging from 50,000 to keep them abreast for 2 years, after which their congregation can now take over. The school has even put some other students on permanent support scheme who are in dangerous, remote, and congregations that are very or are passing through challenging moments, or new congregations. Through this means, we have seen that the work is truly sustainable. This school is a model for many others to follow. He has demonstrated that he can do it for us. How I pray that we could have like 5 languages in this country. Today, so many churches request for the students to come and do evangelism when they have zonal lectureships in their areas. Is it not a blessing? The school has now become a bulldozer of evangelism in this country. When they were used to saying that small boys, this, now, some of you, your heads are big, that you can't pass through the door that you have in your house because of what they are doing. Not to talk about the ex-students. The alumni of the institution is doing a fabulous job in this country. Moving from one end to the other, evangelizing and pulling down the kingdom of darkness. What a blessing. When you have a good heart and you're ready to work for God, it helps. Look at other Bible schools that we have in this country. They even say promises that they don't fulfill. I doubt whether the intention is really to have a school that can truly graduate adequate ministers to go and preach. People have graduated from schools and they are loitering outside. When I want to say this, I feel like crying. I know of colleagues, young men like myself, who are now loitering. There's no way for them to work because they lied to them that they should come to school. They went to school. They said, we are going to support you in school. They support that. They were in school. They were not giving them any reasonable thing. What they said they were going to give them, they cut it into 2. Imagine maybe you say you are going to give somebody in school 20,000. He left, abandoned everything, family, everything, and say, okay, let me have something that can even sustain my body. Let me concentrate and study so I can go out and preach. You further promise the individual that when you leave school, we'll be supporting you while you're out of school. While in school, they support you, claim you are going to give him. You cut it into 2 and you are giving 10,000 francs. And not only that, after graduation, you just abandon them because those ones will not give you income again. You are now fighting to bring other people inside. So that when those ones are there, they give you more money to fit into your pocket. What a shame. Can you people not learn from the Beverly Bible Institute? Can you people not look at Beverly and change? This man, even with all what they have done to him, the language has the heart of a Christian. He is still kind to them. He still send his students to their congregation. He still send them to go and preach. When they have program, they invite, they go. And even now they are going for programs like Europe and so on, all those things. Well, it's good. But can we acknowledge and appreciate him for what he's really doing? You go behind, you are criticizing, you are trying to murmur. Who want to even try it? Who? How? How? For the sacrifices that this man has gone through, the thorns that you people have even, the trouble that people have been giving him, he has resisted. Today, we now have an institution that is the breadbasket of adequate evangelism, church planting, soul winning in this country. My dear brothers and sisters, other schools should begin to think. Those schools that they say they will just graduate you and leave you, better change that your strategy. It will not help you. You are frustrating people's lives. Yes, I was just imagining if this were the situation with that school of truth, given that they have graduated so many students, more than any other school in this country. They have graduated the highest number of students. And more than 90% are effective on the field. This is to tell you that it is sustainable. This is to tell you that it is working. And the only thing I will encourage you to say that they should continue. And not only, Beverly should not only continue, but they should make sure that they put other sustainable mechanisms. Which other school in this country, we haven't talked about supporting students in school, that they even curtail the money. Can they buy a motorcycle for any student? This school, Beverly bought motorcycles and gave them to their graduates who are on the field in areas where they are overstretched with work, because we have a situation where Some preachers work in 2 congregations at the same time because we have a deficit of preachers. Some work in 3 congregations. Some have to navigate to other villages to go and preach. And the language lobbied. They have motorcycles. They can penetrate into villages and come back. Shame to the devil who thought that he would have brought him down so that we lack this benefit. Just imagine that Beverly was not in this country. Just imagine that Beverly was not there. Beverly came barely how many years ago? 2011? If I'm not mistaken. She was between 2008 and 2011 that Beverly started. Look at the marvelous job they have done. If they were here since 1971, when the church was started in this country, can you imagine the successes that would have achieved? Unfortunately, it fell. Oh God. Oh God. Unfortunately, hoodlums came and hijacked full missionary, did evil. But the only thing I'm saying is that I thank God. And I pray that, after all, the Bible said that the gate of Hades will not prevail against the church of Jesus Christ. People who wanted to destroy the church have been destroyed. And others who are still embarking on that destructive journey will be destroyed. You will be destroyed. You will be destroyed. You cannot destroy what Jesus bought with his own blood. You cannot. So for other Bible schools in this country, look at Beverly. Look at the way they are progressing. Now have Beverly in Banga, a TT is there, doing great with students coming from Chad, from North, and they are there, being graduated and going. They are investing in that area with the gospel. Is that not positivity? My prayer is that others who are having Bible school should think. Elangwe has not only supported students from his own school, he has even further gone to support students from who have graduated from other schools and be abandoned by their own so-called directors and instructors. He even further went to support and equip them to work. You see, you graduate people, you abandon them because they are no longer useful. If you say a student only useful when in his school, it means that you achieve something from students when they are in school. And then when he's out of school, he's not useful again. It is really a sad situation. But like I said, we thank God for Minister Elangwe Esowe. We thank God for Minister Titi Benedict. We thank God for the work they are doing in this country. Others are there. I pray that you will be an example to them to see the need. I know that some of them are ashamed because they claim they have been in this country for more than how many years that they are claiming. Now I've been preaching for more than 20 years. Since you have nothing to show for, you will not be saying it, saying it right inside of your heart. Don't say it for somebody to hear. Don't say it. If you have been for 20 years, what have you been doing for 20 years? 20 years of doing what? Of paralyzing the church? We thank God for Beverly. Through that school, through the directors of these schools, we are now having makeshift buildings that have been constructed, dotted all over this country. Buildings that have been, either they have supported some congregation with roofs, with Bibles, with hymns, with some preachers with motorcycles. Some preachers are receiving some small money to sustain them for the month. Things are happening. Nobody has been able to tell you all these things, but these are what these people are doing. Who in this country is doing that? So my dear brothers and sisters, the Beverly is doing great in this country. And we want to thank them. We want to thank the Beverly family and all congregations linked to the activities of Beverly in the whole world, and especially in Cameroon. We want to thank God for their directors in this country, Minister Elangwe in this country, Minister Titi in this country. God continue to bless you. Those schools shall continue to remain. Souls shall continue to be saved. And the church shall continue to grow. If others like that, them learn. If they don't like, they should remain and be murmuring. I'm only praying that God should help you. See, they need to be like them so that we can change the face of this country. But before we change it, change first. And things will change. Thank you very much for listening. I'm Abanda Edwin. Goodbye.